Yo, what's going on this beautiful hot ass Wednesday? Welcome to NXT Talk with your boy D Walk. We're here to talk about NXT, see what you like, didn't like, what can you do to make it better, feedback. Think I got some guests too. Supposed to be coming to visit and everything. So you know how that is.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the
Uh-oh.
PWF's in the fucking building.
What's going on?
How's and why? Just showing some love for NXT time with D-Walk Wednesdays at 9:30. Twitter and YouTube. Check it out. Check it out. And
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, I'm unsuspended on Facebook, so let's go.
yeah.
Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about the B show
Let's go.
or C show. Sorry, the C show.
All right, okay. First match, we have a NXT Championship number one contender battle royal.
Mhm.
We had a lot of guests. We had a lot of people who didn't think they was gonna be there.
Well,
It
what
was
did we see
alright.
right at the beginning of the battle royal?
Huh?
Well, actually, the beginning of the battle royal, Mr. NXT D-Walk, this happened.
Say his name and he appears. Joe Hendry is here in NXT.
That's deep. That's deep.
Now, to give you a little context, ladies and gentlemen, my girlfriend saw that. And I said, "What do you think of him?" And she said, "Eh." So, on the female side, it ain't working for Joe Hendry.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah.
We also had another guest in the ring that did not get an entrance. Who's a ring veteran from TNA,
Oh, say his name, Mr. Joe BNCO.
Mr. Frankie Kazarian.
Yeah.
He did good.
Yeah.
He did good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think they should have used him more.
True.
I think he should have been in the final four. I think they
Yeah.
should have had Joe Hendry and Kazarian in the final four of the battle royal.
Yeah.
Now, if we may, Mr. D, well, let's talk about the battle royale in its entirety because it actually was a very good battle royale. I will give it
Mhm.
very good leisure in that. A couple good storylines where Chase University was in there and Dragon Lee was in there, Levon was there. A couple other people, the Perfect 10, I will always call him the Perfect 10. He was there too. It was a good battle royal. Levon, like, yeah, you know what? You're right, Joe, because Levon, like Frankie sold the hell out of Levon when he got eliminated.
Yeah.
Levon just threw him to the corner, and he just, for some weird reason, an invisible man, I guess it was me, fucking just gave him a nice little boost, and he just jumped off the corner turnbuckle, and just went what?
Did that
What
forward
the
flip like
hell?
out of the ring. I was like, what the fuck was that?
True, that was
Wow.
kind of weird.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Kazarian, you sold the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He did.
There was a guy also named Tank that I was seeing that he was getting in there and everything else, and I barely even recognized Tyler Bate, honestly.
Hank and Tank are the tag team or a tag team. Hank and Tank, I think they're called.
Mhm.
Okay.
I still don't get why do you have tag teams and singles matches going for the
Okay,
belt.
we'll
Well,
get to that.
it's
We will get to that. We will get to that. There was a segment. I love that I actually watched it, and I actually want to talk about that shit.
Yeah.
One half of the NXT Tag Team Champions was in that match, and he has a weird fetish right now, but we'll talk about that later. I did like the fact that there was a lot of storylines built in there. I did like that
Mhm.
assistant for the Dawn sacrificed himself so he would like not get eliminated, but then later on he got eliminated anyway. So I did like that. I love the flying knee from Dragon Lee against somebody. I forgot what the other person was, but he did a beautiful flying knee on the outside, or rising knee, sorry, against another person. And my girlfriend, which she's sleeping right now, she'll wake up eventually. She was watching it as a casual. She was like, "Why is everybody outside? Why don't they stay inside and everything else?" Now, also, we didn't say about this. Ethan Page popped out after Joe Hendry. And I love the concept of on site because the second he got in and started like whatever on site, whoever his guy's name was, came out of nowhere and started whooping his ass. And he went.
The guy from Metaphor.
Oro Messina.
Yeah, that's it.
Oro Messina. Thank you. And then he got in there, and then the detail that I saw, but my girlfriend didn't see, is that Ethan Page went through the middle rope and then just left. It's like bye. So that was a little detail that we'll talk about that later. Go on, Mr. D-Walk.
But we have a new number one contender for the belt, for Trick Williams belt.
That I don't agree with.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah. Mr. Javon Evans.
Hold up. Now, first off, that was a beautiful sequence between Perfect 10 and Levon. That was at the end was beautiful. My girlfriend's like, we had to go back and show it to my girlfriend because like she's like never saw that before, and it really shocked her. Now, why is it a bad idea? Let's go. Why?
Okay.
Go ahead, Joe.
So, the scrawny crackhead is now going for the NXT title.
Okay, come on now.
The motherfucker look like Pookie. He's small as shit. My arm is bigger around than his waist is. Wes Lee makes him look small.
Yeah.
Dragon Lee made him look small.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad. This is the guy you're going to build up to a world title match? Get the fuck out of here. They could have gave that shit to anybody.
If we want to go down the scrawny line, we can go like Finn Balor. Finn Balor's an Irish crackhead if you want to go down that route.
Dude, Finn Balor's got more muscle on his body than this guy does. Finn Balor's like double his size. Dominic Mysterio is bigger than he is.
They should have let Frankie Kazarian win it.
They should have let somebody win that was that would have built more Forbidden Door aspect, or that would have built more popular, more eyes on the product.
Yeah, because my man still
Javon Evans, this guy's new. He's not been wrestling that long. He's a new thing, and he's not that great. Like, you could have had a bunch of other people taking on Trick Williams. That would have been a way better match.
Want to say something? No, I get that.
Sean Spears would have been a better match.
No, okay. Well, I'm gonna contest that. It would be a good showing, but not for a championship. Not now. He just got here and he's fighting with somebody else all the damn time. He's fighting with Levon James. Like,
yeah, and this guy that won the match has been there for like a month, and he's already getting a world title shot, and has no real prior wrestling experience in other companies like Sean Spears does.
Okay, but look, we can both agree that it would have been a great match of Javon versus Trick. It would have been.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
We can't talk about that yet. We haven't made it that far.
Okay, we won't.
Next match.
Hold up, D-Walk. We got another special invisible guest.
Okay.
Come out. Okay.
I'm looking. I don't see him. Is he hiding behind D-Walk?
No, we're good. Continue. But again, Javon won, and good match for me. It was a good match. I give the rating A out of like A to F. I give it like a nice solid B minus.
Vince Report gave it a B plus.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Joe?
I was gonna go B minus also because of the winner. If the winner was different, I would have made it maybe a B to a B plus.
I give it a solid C plus.
All right, I'll give you that. On to the next one.
Next match, we got Roxanne Perez and Lola Vice versus Metaphor versus Jesse J and Jasmine Nix.
Yes. Okay. Now, Joe, I know you so well, so let D-Walk go first, and then let Joe go second.
All right.
Go ahead, D-Walk. Go ahead, D-Walk.
It seemed like it was a quick. It seemed like it was a quick match, a squash. And I don't know. I don't know. They could have kept this match off.
Okay.
So,
All right.
Well, the emphasis that they put on the Cody Rhodes dashing mask.
Joe, I don't hear a damn thing you're talking about. I don't hear you, man.
Hold on.
There we go.
That better?
Yep.
The dashing mask.
Oh God, yes.
The
Oh,
the
fucking
emphasis that they put on the dashing mask and on JC Jane,
Yeah.
it's good. I like what they're doing with it, but at the same time, they need to give her wins to go along with it. She was gifted a present from Cody Rhodes that should be bestilling something in her to move her forward.
Yeah.
But they're not doing that.
They're not doing that yet. Because again, later on during the show, I think they're starting a faction. I think they are.
They're on that Lola Vice train right now.
Yeah. Now, this was a good match in the sense of like everyone showcasing their skills. Lola Vice and Roxanne were actually becoming a good unit up until the end, because then Roxanne's like, I'm the championship. I don't give a shit about anybody else. And Lola's like, and again, we have to give notice to Lash Legend. I want to give a shout out to my beautiful girlfriend. She made up a good point. Lash Legend, they're only showing her as a powerhouse. They're not really showing her to do other than that. And that's a shame for her, because she should be more. She should be speed, as said by my beautiful girlfriend. Joe, any thoughts on that?
I agree. But I understand why they're focusing on her power and her size because of how big she is. She's very tall. She's very muscular. And why not capitalize on that?
No, of course.
I could see her maybe in a group with like maybe a Jade Cargill and a Bianca Belair, because she would fit well because of the larger muscular African-American female that's just dominant. I think that would be a very good fit for that for a trios group.
Yeah. Go on, D-Walk.
Do you ever see her wrestling Nia Jax?
Yeah.
Why? Is that a punishment?
Oh, wow.
Honestly, who wants to fight Nia Jax? Like really, Nia Skinny Jax now, because she lost so much weight. She's like super tall now, and it's like Gunther. When Gunther was thick, Gunther looked like a menacing man. Now he looks like a tall skater dude from North Dakota. I'll show you a picture of Gunther, sweetheart. Like, it's just very.
Nia Jax is taking a. I think she's taking on someone for the world title at Money in the Bank.
Okay, that's nice.
I think because she's won the Queen of the Ring, so I think she gets a Money in the Bank a championship match at either SummerSlam or Money in the Bank, one of the two.
I hope she loses.
I hope she loses too. Now, the point I wanted to say is that the point I wanted to say about Lash is that my beautiful girlfriend brought up a good point, that when Roxanne Perez was doing the running European uppercuts to the two wrestlers, like she imagined that Lash can do that with good training and good cardio. She can do that, and I can see her doing like an explosive. You know Johnny Hungy from AEW. I can see her doing like an explosion type like that she goes from one place to another place, and then she goes to the outside of the ring and does that cannonball runs. So like that could elevate her. That can show she's a tall, like beautiful, powerful woman, but she can run and she can hit. That is something that I think Lash Legend. That's something that's championship material.
Yeah,
she reminds me of a Black Wonder Woman.
Yeah. I see that. My girlfriend
Amazonian woman that's just fast and powerful and just a beautiful person, and that can really do different things. But they need to let her be a little bit more out of the box while she's in NXT, so she can explore new avenues, so she can grow bigger than what she already is.
True. Oh,
Yes.
go on.
Invisible Woman here with a question. I'm curious what her background was before she started with NXT. What was she doing?
I'd have to look that up. I don't know. I thought she was a cheerleader.
Oh, okay. I can see that.
She's from Dallas, so she could be a Dallas cheerleader. It would make sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up actually.
Yeah.
As soon as my other phone loads.
But in the ending of the match, Roxanne won. Roxanne tagged Lola. Roxanne jumped in, did the code red, and I love that I had to explain. I love that I explained to my girlfriend, but she didn't know about this. When you do the code red, you lock your hands together with the person's leg so they can't wiggle out or use their body weight to do the shoulder jump. Again, great psychology by Roxanne Perez. And at the end, they raised their hands. Lola was looking at the belt. Then, in my opinion, Roxanne did the most crappiest spinning back fist I've ever seen in my damn life. The worst. And then you see Lola Vice try to act that off. Oh my god, I'm like, oh my, and then Roxanne Perez just kicked her once. This is like I fucked up. And it kicked her once and it just left. I'm like, all right, well, it happens. So now we got a Roxanne Perez and Lola Vice showdown, probably for Heat Wave.
Yeah.
So, Lash Legend was a former college and professional basketball player for the WNBA before she joined NXT.
There you go. Go.
So she athletic.
Yeah,
She played college and pro.
Yeah.
I like that people with athletic backgrounds like gymnasts and everything,
and volleyball people. That we'll talk about that later on because they show the vignette for a certain volleyball player. So see that you take a basketball woman, and sometimes basketball people turn into wrestling is kind of hard, pending. But she seems that she's getting used to it. She just needs to wrestle with more wrestlers of smaller stature so she can get used to it, or of her stature if she can find any to go good.
Well, so the Roxanne Perez is the one that I was calling like squirrely, right?
Yeah,
the one
she's
that keeps
squirrely
getting out of power holds.
Yes.
So I think she would be interesting fighting Lash because the commentary I made on Lash is that she doesn't like to go low, and it makes sense. Her being a football player, like she's
a basketball player.
Basketball, sorry, but not football. But I think it'd be interesting to see like one goes low, one goes high. Like how do they?
Yeah.
How that?
Because Roxanne just took on Jordan Grace, and she's like a medicine ball. Like she's just solid and shorter, but she's like solid and low to the ground. Yeah. And Roxanne beating her was a big thing because Jordan Grace is a very dominant champion.
Yep. And it was good psychology of that match. I talked about it with D-Walk. Check out last week's episode that's jumping on the birthday celebration. But that was good psychology because it was simple. I'm smaller, you're bigger. I can't beat you power-wise. I'm going to beat your ass counter-wise. I described her as a WWE 2K16 player that's played way too fucking much and knows how to push that counter button. That woman fucking knows. A master of that shit. On expert. Okay.
Is she a Mortal Kombat expert?
Yes. Just wrestling. Like if you ever played WWE 2K15 or 16, you know that if you can master that counter button, you will never lose on any level. Exactly. It's ridiculous. Moving on, Mr. D-Walk.
20 reversals in one rotation up for me.
Bleacher Report gave it a B-.
Okay, it's a good match. I would give it like I give it a good B, a good B.
And then Roxanne Perez with the back fist titty shot.
Yeah,
that was a D.
Next, we got the
Hitting speed
NXT
bag.
Women's North American Championship. Keilani Jordan versus Misha.
This is why my girlfriend is here. She watched. Okay, first off.
Oh, okay.
No, you know what I mean.
No, go ahead.
First, I have thoughts on this, but I want to hear Joe's thought on this match if you watched it.
This is where I fell asleep.
Okay, all right. D-Walk. Oh, you know what? Why you token up? I'll say it. This was first off, why the fuck Mitchin has another match? She just had a match last week, and all of a sudden from that match she can have the title for the belt. I hated that shit. 1, 2. This is a standard. Like, Michin is not powerful, but she's well experienced, so she knows some things. Then the Good Brothers come out, and we talked about this D-Walk last week, that the Good Brothers don't give a fuck about her, and now they give a fuck about her because they're in the building. Only because of that. All right, whatever. They interfere in some sort of way, and at the end of the match, which pissed me off, and my girlfriend got pissed off too, if you want to chime in on this, Keilani got knocked down. Mitchin was going to the top rope. The lingerie wrestler, which I call her that, the whatever her name is, what's her name? D-Walk, the one that jumped that came out of nowhere and interfered for Mitchin's match. She
The
fought
one
her
Jada Parker.
something Parker.
Jada Parker.
Jada Parker. Thank you. Jada Parker came out of nowhere. I call her the lingerie wrestler because she always just wears lingerie. So the lingerie wrestler comes out of nowhere, knocks over Mitchin. Lonnie doesn't see that. Lonnie does her split-legged moonsault for the 1, 2, 3. Now, what are your thoughts on when you saw that?
I don't know. Well, okay. For context, going back to the match where she won the belt, I wasn't like
happy about
nothing against her. I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know. She just isn't it for me. She's kind of giving like very much like cheerleader showmanship vibes, and it's kind of
that's what you used to do.
Well, makes sense, yeah. I didn't even know that, but yeah, like the fact that somebody came in and like did like a sweeping move at the last second that helped her, and she didn't even realize it, is very like on brand for her. Like she kind of just swoops in at the end and takes the win, even though it was debatable, you know. But he made a good point that it could have happened if it were any other.
Yeah, if I was explaining to her, if any other person would have won the match, and then the week after that they would have fought Mitchin because Mitchin would have been the opponent anyway. Parker would have came in anyway and did that. So it's just like, if you want to talk Loki, ladies and gentlemen, it's a fucking fixed point in time. So it would the end result would have been the same, and whoever would have won would have not seen it and just be like, just like whatever. So for me, I understood the psychology of it. She's a dumb baby face, but I agree with you, sweetheart. I don't like her as a fucking wrestler because that you're a heel or a baby face. Like, just a baby face was just like, I'm the winner, yay! And heels are the one that are evil.
You know, I really thought they were going to give the championship to Sol Ruca.
We both thought that too.
I like her too. I like her gymnast moves, man. She's like defying gravity.
Yeah, she's the female surfer Randy Orton. Something that Randy Orton
surfer, like she's got this cool vibe about her, and her moves are nice. They're crisp. She's got a look to her. Keilani Jordan has the look, and she has potential.
Yeah,
but she has to grow.
Yeah. Not with the belt. The belt. Like, you don't give a belt to someone that's new that you think is going to grow. Like, you give someone the belt that is growing already and then makes fucking sense. You know,
they could give it to somebody else.
Sol could challenge for the belt later on, right?
Yes.
But Alex made a good point that there are a lot of blondes.
Hold up, yes. D-Walk, do you have that segment coming up that just came after this match?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Please talk about this shit because this is ridiculous.
You know, you call her the lingerie wrestler, the one lady, the Jada Parker.
Yeah.
I call her the bald lady because when she lost her hair.
Hey man, come on, man. I'm trying to forget that, man. I had a crush on her. I had a crush on her till I seen that.
She's Jada Pinkett, circa 2022.
Catfish.
Yeah.
She been catfishing.
That's life.
So now we got to see Mishan and Jada Parker next week.
And you know what sucks about that? I don't want to see that unless there's a stipulation. There's got to be like a hardcore last woman standing. Like if you want to end this feud, you got to do it. You got to do it. Nikki Cross.
Hair versus wig.
Yeah, something like her versus Jada. Like they have to end it in a way that just ends it, and no Good Brothers coming out of nowhere. I'm sick of that shit. Like
Mishan should win and rip the wig off and be holding it like a trophy.
Yeah.
Loser leave WWE.
Please. But okay. The next segment, I'll say it because this is fucking ridiculous, and I got really disgusted by this. We go backstage where there's about 7 women, I think.
Mm-hmm.
7 women, 6 of them are blonde, varying colors, and then you got one brunette in the background who's the dummy. And they're talking about who deserves to go after Lonnie. Now, before this, there was a backstage segment as well where The Rock's daughter was talking about who should go after Lonnie next. And Lonnie's like, oh, whoever's humble, whoever doesn't talk about asking for it, but deserves it anyway. And I have a question for you, Joe, if you saw this, and even for you, D-Walk. Who's the girl all the way to the left? She was a blonde girl with pigtails.
Is that Brinley Reese?
I don't know the fuck that name
I think so. Yeah, I think
okay,
the one that comes up with Idris, the Kofi, and the other guy.
Yeah, that one. Okay,
that's Brinley Reese.
That one. The part that was funny was that they announced the match: Sol Ruka versus that woman, fucking pageant bitch. That's fucking walking around.
Ariana Grace.
Yeah, that just bothered the crap. And again, even my girlfriend's saying that she's not into that. It's ridiculous.
No.
Casual relationship open.
New gimmick.
But Ariana Grace ain't bad though in the ring, and that's where it counts. I mean, she's good in the ring.
Yeah, but
her gimmick sucks.
Yeah, but you can't be a pageant person when no one's around you. Like you got to have a following saying, "Oh my God, you're the best." If no one's around you, and you think you're the best, like that's something from like Twisted Metal Black shit that you're just like a psychopathic patient. You think everyone loves you, but really you're just crazy.
No, I can't judge her wrestling that much. I'm just not into her gimmick.
Exactly. But they did announce Ariana Grace versus Sol Ruka to determine who fights Lonnie. And hopefully, I think it's for Heatwave, which I would love to see that for Heatwave. Honestly. Both of them.
And Sol Ruka could take the belt.
That's what I was thinking too. That's what I was thinking too. Sol Ruka takes the belt on Heatwave. A month after she just got it. I mean, it sucks for Lonnie, but Ruka deserves the belt. And that is the way for the writers, because they write all these things in advance, to say that, hey, this might not be working like wise, so that we can give it to Ruka and see where we go from there. Because it's always a test, the belt. Like, who has the belt? Let's see if the crowd like it. If the crowd doesn't like it, and if the TV viewers doesn't like it, like they get cut.
Because let's be honest, this second title was made so they can give it to some of the younger talent.
Yeah. Guess what? Because there's fucking 6 blonde ass women that I didn't know none of their damn names, except for Ruka, because she's the only one that has a little blue tint in her hair. And what the fuck did she do? She got up.
Thea Hale also.
Yeah.
Thea Hale's another one.
Yeah, but like that, we'll get to that. Like D-Walk, what's next? Because like this NXT was very different.
Yeah. We got to talk about this match.
Yeah.
Fallon Henley versus Carly Bryant with Kendall Gray.
Okay. My girlfriend was also with this, and this is a debut of some sorts of a wrestler that we didn't see before.
Yeah.
Go on, D-Walk.
To me, I just don't like how far they took Fallon Henley down. Fallon Henley should not be wrestling low-ranked people. She should be wrestling high-ranked people.
Okay.
It's just but the match was all right. But
Joe, were you
Fallon Henley Fallon Henley is world title contention material. She's good on the mic. She's good in the ring, and she's got that evil, that evil side of her just down pat.
Yeah.
So why not give her a title run? Why not give her a chance?
I get that. I just, what do you have any thoughts on this match? Remember that was the one with that girl in purple came out and
the rookie match.
The rookie match.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was just I don't know. It was a show match. I don't know how to like.
No, it was a show match. It was a show match, and it was very. The only thing I liked about the match was that during the match, Wendy Chu, who I just realized now is literally copying one of my favorite wrestlers, Abaddon, to a fucking T. And
she's doing good at it.
Oh yeah, that part was interesting. Where the girl came in.
Hold up. Yeah. Say that again, Joe, because I think he's just talking blasphemy right now. Say that again.
Wendy Chu is doing a good job at what she's doing.
Wendy Chu at the moment, because that's the girl I told you about, that her gimmick was that she had a sleeping bag and she was always sleeping all the time. And then now she must have been following my favorite wrestler Abaddon on Instagram, and then took some liberties and said, I'm gonna do the same thing too. So again, I don't mind little plagiarism. I don't mind that. She came in, Night, one of the people, and then Carla Bright, which, by the way, Carly Bright, your fucking name is Carly Bright. I just realized this fucking Night Bright light shit. That's fucking ridiculous. Rainbow Bright, and mind you, I have a HDR TV, and her pink outfit was so bad the TV couldn't comprehend, and did you even notice that? It was really bright.
Yeah.
It was neon pink. My TV couldn't. Everything was normal. Damn. Again, that was fucking crazy.
Ultraviolet pink.
That was ultraviolet pink. It was a waste of a match for me. Go on, Joe.
Oh no, I was watching a segment. Sorry, I was. They're prepping for. They were doing a little video package for Mercedes Moné versus the big chick from NGPW, who's the strong champion.
Okay.
Mexico.
Yeah. Okay. Dominant. Is it Dominant?
I'm tired of Mercedes Moné. She needs to go back to being Sasha Banks.
Let's not talk about that. That's on the PWF. We're talking about NXT, ladies and gentlemen.
Bleacher Report. Bleacher Report gave it a C minus.
C minus?
A C minus or D minus? C minus. I give this match oh man.
Can you consider it a match?
Yeah.
It was a match. No, the bright lady did something. She did a couple moves. She jumped on her like a wild cat. She did a couple reverse punches. I'll give this match a C. This is a original for me. This is a C minus divided by a plus because Wendy Chu was there. That's it. That's all. That's I it's a weird anomaly.
Wendy Chu gave it made it a C. If it wasn't for Wendy Chu, it wouldn't be anything but a D minus.
Yeah, it would be a D because the match is. I don't like. Again, I don't. You like Fallon Henley? She's championship material, but she reminds me of Randy Orton, and for me, Randy Orton is always crisp, but bland. Just bleh. That's it. Unless you snap and become like a legend killer, but Fallon Henley, they ain't no legends in the women's division at all. That's
Unless she does a Tessa Blanchard and starts taking men out.
True. Hopefully. All right. What's next, Mr. D-Walk?
We got the main event.
Really?
Yep.
Well, wait. We saw something before that. There was a match before the main event, wasn't there?
Fallon Henley and Carly Bright.
And then after that,
Oh
yeah, the Chase U. Yeah, there was a Chase U. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Rich Holland, who just had a battle royale, was in a tag match. Brothers were talking shit, even though they lost to a guy with a mask and a guy who's greedy. Which, by the way, the segment on that as well was that the partners I will go after the North American. I will go after the Heritage Cup. I will go after anything. And being a smart tag team partners, we're a tag team. You cannot keep going off by yourself stuff because we're a tag team. However, this guy is dumb as a bag of rocks. He doesn't really realize that. one of the Heritage Cup assistant sides. Hey, I
Mhm.
heard that you go after the Heritage Cup. So here's a contract. He signs it without even thinking. So next week he goes after the Heritage Cup owner, and again, Axiom's like, what? They're off next week because there's going to be a tag team battle royale as well. That crap, and that's whatever.
So he got to wrestle Tony D'Angelo.
Yes,
He gonna die.
he's gonna die. That's the point. Like I don't know why they're doing that, because whoever wins the tag team battle royale will go after them on Heatwave. So I don't know. Why would they do that? I don't know.
Tony D'Angelo should murder him.
They need to go ahead and push Tony D'Angelo. I don't understand why they didn't start no Trick and D'Angelo feud yet.
I hope when D'Angelo beats the dude, he puts him in a body bag and has Stacks and the other guy like take him out back.
Oh, that's what they're gonna do, because it makes sense now. D'Angelo fights the other guy, beats him to the pulp. The other guy is his assistant, and the other guy are in the tag team battle royale. They win, and then they fight Axiom and him on Wave, which is only like 2 weeks away, which is whatever.
What, you're talking about Stacks and the assistant guy?
Yeah, he could.
Yeah, makes sense.
Makes sense. I mean, that's why it would make sense. He's like, oh yeah, I'll fight you. Like, okay, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And then now the main event, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, we skipped the Obafemi part because honestly, I don't really give a shit. Sorry about that, Obafemi. You're not really that interesting anymore.
No,
it's not the fact that Obafemi's not interesting. It's the fact that they got Wesley going after him again.
Yes, for no reason.
Wesley is boring. Wesley has gotten to the fact that it's like, oh, I'm Wesley, so I'm going to go after the North American title every single chance I'm here, and then when I don't win it, I'm going to leave.
Yeah, and that's just very boring and very blah.
Yeah. So
I'm not down for that.
So that tag team match, that OC versus Ridge Holland. Hold on, the OC versus Chase University. So who
was that the main event?
No, that was a semi-main event. That was a semi-main event.
Semi-main event. Semi. But who the heel now? Like Ridge Holland or the OC?
Ridge Holland.
Is the heel?
Yeah, because at the end, this is something that my girlfriend didn't notice, and then I noticed it at the end too. When at the end of the match, Ridge Holland was outside, I think, something like that. And the one without the shirt, I forgot what the guy's name is. The one that doesn't have the fucking sweater vest did a roll up next to the ropes. Yeah, and then Ridge Holland grabbed one of the OC's pants and held him down, and that's how they won the match. Later on in the back, they and the girl's like, oh, I don't know why the OC were all pissed off. Like, what happened? Like, everything was okay. One guy said, no, I didn't. Nothing bad happened. But they both looked at each other, Ridge Holland and the other guy. So that tells me like Chase U is going on the babyface route, but Ridge Holland might turn them heel because he wants to win any way possible.
So it's going to be one of those by proxy things. They're going to become heel by proxy because of Ridge Holland.
Yeah, and the one guy who doesn't want to will just like, or the one that doesn't want to at the end snaps, and then he's the one that joins Ridge Holland's team and then throws out Mr. Sweater Vest, and then the girl like either Sweater Vest and then, which by the way, explain why my girlfriend has a. I'm sorry. Can you explain your views on that girl from Chase University, the blonde girl?
Oh,
please. Yes.
I don't know what her like persona is. It's giving guard dog in a weird way. I don't know.
Yes.
You're
right. Yeah, you're not wrong, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I compared her to the girl from Despicable Me, the youngest, the one that loved unicorns. Like there was a super energetic and just like all crazy. That's how I think she just watched too much Despicable Me and like kind of stuck with it.
They're so fluffy.
Yes, it's so fluffy. But again,
somebody taking Ultimate Warrior drugs.
Yes. Oh, also, there was another segment before the main event where Mask Lady, or Fallon Henley, And the third one, the one with that was wearing red, because there was 2 red in that match, were complaining that So Ruka has a chance to fight, and then that might be the creation of a faction, or at least a group.
Mm-hmm.
At least a group, because then if you think about it now, because I'm thinking ahead like a writer, once So Ruka wins, because we all know So Ruka's going to win against Ariana.
Mm-hmm.
She's a good wrestler, but So Ruka's on the rise. Then in Heat Wave, it's So Ruka versus Lani, and then those 3 debut and just make sure that So Ruka doesn't win.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of extending Lani's championship by a couple more months, at least. It protects Ruka, at least. I'm thinking.
Okay.
That's just booking. All right, now to the main event. Something I didn't want to see, because throughout the show, we see that Ethan Page is in the back. He's complaining that he did not get thrown over the rope, and he should have a chance to, But by the way, I keep skipping back and forth. During the Michin and Lani match, OTM came out as well, and just fucking just try to the help Lani. I don't know why the fuck that happened. What the fuck ever. Back to the main event. Ethan Page tricked Javon to having a main event match to determine who goes after Trick for Heat Wave.
Mm-hmm.
The match was very. Ethan Page learned a lot from AEW, because he wrestled like an AEW wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, just like AEW Dark wrestler. I was like, you're just getting a little too comfortable there. And in the end, because of just bullshit, really, Ethan Page won.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Now it's Ethan Page versus Trick Williams for Heat Wave. After the match, Sean Spears came out, beat up Javon. Then Trick Williams tried to jump in, didn't really help. And then Javon did a very beautiful but kind of sloppy at the same time jumping double cutter. I say beautiful for Ethan Page, kind of sloppy for Sean Spears, because I went back and watched it again. And Javon's whole muscle was and I say this as a term only, booty rubbing Sean Spears' eyes, nose, mouth, and chin. So imagine you're doing the cutter, right? When you're doing the cutter, you automatically flex your muscle. So your muscle's a giant ass bump. So that bump just rolling pins his whole face on the way down. And when I watched it again, Sean Spears didn't touch his hand, didn't touch his face 10 seconds later, and then he was touching it. I said, I understand that too, dude. You got booty rubbed. You got booty rubbed on your face with the guy's muscle, and you went down. And that was the end of the show. We're all 4 on the floor, just and a belt in the middle.
So they pushing the fatal 4-way?
That was pushing a fatal 4-way with someone that doesn't deserve the belt.
Yeah.
Someone else that already had a chance and didn't deserve the belt. And someone else that Joe says is a skinny crackhead. So let's talk about it.
He's there to add high flying value, but he's not going to win anything.
No.
That's all he's there for.
He's like a Dante Martin.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Now, would it be different
He's a bridesmaid. He's never going to be the bride.
Is it because his size, or would it be a matter if he got bigger? No, did he?
If he got bigger,
Maybe,
it'll help.
Look at Apollo Crews. Apollo Crews could be the model that he could go for, and it still doesn't help him. And he was in the Battle Royale, by the way, and he just as fast as he got in. So it doesn't really matter the size.
I think the speed is working for him.
Yeah.
He just needs to get. I think he's gonna have. He's kind of like Trick's apprentice for a little longer before he really becomes, before he really has to fight him. I mean, I was disappointed that Ethan Page kind of came in and took the win at the end, but
I would have loved to see a good face versus face main event for Heat Wave. And then at the end, when Javon lost, then he can turn a heel. And then he can heel side against Trick. Because again, all we see is just Trick. Trick fought Ethan Page, and again, the psychology of the match was only good by that fact that Ethan Page's own ego destroyed his own chance. And he admitted it in an interview today, like, oh, my own ego got ahead of me, and then I got beat up by this guy. I'm like, yeah, whatever, but you still lost. If he wins this fatal 4-way, it sucks. If Trick Williams wins, it still sucks because you're still not really representing a champion. You're just a guy that fucking like is hot-headed, and because of that, situations happen that gets worse for you every single time. So that's my opinion on that.
Someone needs to get Javon Evans a cheeseburger.
or let him hang out with the rest of the cheeseburger, which, by the way, like, maybe
he needs to go. He needs to go hang out with Otis and his old tag team partner, Steaks and Shakes.
Oh God, I miss Steaks and Shakes. But just to have fun wrapping this up, Mr. D, what do you rate this show?
C-.
Okay, Mr. Joe BNCO, discounting the fact that you're sleeping in some of it, you give it a what?
C- for what I saw.
Okay.
What about you, bro?
I give it actually a C.
What about you?
Matches.
What about you, Miss Invisible Woman?
Oh,
I say also a C for corny because I don't like Ethan Page.
There you go.
It's crazy. It's crazy. The Bleacher Report gave it a C- overall.
It was not a good show. It was not a good show. And next week, we're going to have a couple more matches. Like some Tevion's going to fight. We're going to have a couple more random matches. It doesn't make any damn sense. I want Wendy. If you're going all out with Wendy Chu, you're going to have to go all out. Like, if you're going to give her the belt, you got to do what AEW hasn't done in fucking 5 years. Like, fucking trigger. Like, I know
they already have. They already have because they're using
what?
They're using Wendy Chu on non-Halloween events. So they've already passed that.
Yeah, true. And she's popping out more. I've always said, I've always wished that Abaddon would have had the belt. In the beginning of the first 3 years, we can all agree she didn't deserve it because she was very green. Now that she's gotten more crisp, she's done a lot more matches on the indies than anyone's ever expected because she's all over the place now. I think that she deserves a chance for the belt. You gave it to the fucking cheerleader that turned dark. Like, you can give it to her. But Wendy Chu, the North American Championship should be so like Wendy Chu should go after the belt after Ruka takes the belt off Lani. That is her opponent. Ruka can do all that flippy dippy shit. So, but how the fuck are you gonna fight with a woman that acts like a zombie and gets the fuck up after it? That's the part that Abaddon has always been unique, in my opinion. That like you do your special on her, and then she does the Undertaker rise, where she just rises up and then looks at you, and then, oh shit, I'm fucked. Like, that's, I mean, come on, that's what I want. Like, why are you doing this? If you're not gonna give Wendy Chu a belt, best endeavors.
But I could see her wrestling Roxanne Perez.
That also could work. Because how can you counter a zombie?
Yeah,
it'd be good.
You can't. Yeah, exactly. You can't counter a zombie. I'm gonna do counter moves, and she just rises out of it and get like, you're fucked. That's also very good too. But Wendy Chu is on the villain side right now. Is on the heel side.
Yeah.
But at the same time, she can be multi, just do it. Just go out and do it. I like that. I do like that.
Yeah, I think that'd be a cool match.
Yeah. At least Roxanne Perez, Sol Ruka, anybody else that's very bubbly. Just somebody, like, again, pull the trigger with Wendy Chu. Give her the North American belt, or give her the main belt because again, Roxanne Perez is a very counter wrestler. That's all she does. She's got to find someone that can counter that counter.
Yeah, I do want to see that.
I do want to see that. Power ain't working for that. Now we kind of just realized that.
Yeah.
So maybe technical can go after Roxanne Perez and beat her. Maybe. But if technical doesn't work either, then you're gonna have to go like Joe said.
What about
zombie.
Lola?
Lola Vice. They're going. See, that's the.
Well, yeah, that's the
technical.
True.
That's the technical. So Lola Vice will go after Roxanne Perez, and she'll try to do the whole backspin, but Roxanne Perez is too fucking squirrely, so that's not gonna work. she'll try to do like an arm bar, triangle, all those moves. If Roxanne Perez can count out of that, I actually like her more because that kind of proves that she can really get out of anything, like a very small Seth Rollins. If anyone gets that reference, 2016, 2018 Seth Rollins, because he was really early back then in those times. Like he always got out of shit. All right.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah. So I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all yours.
Well, I want to thank the guests, my partner Joe BNCO, the Invisible Man, the Invisible Woman. Thank y'all for coming through. And that is the tonight episode of NXT. See y'all next week.
And remember, condoms only cost you $3.50 in Walgreens. Buy them, love them, share them. Good night, everybody.
And they're free.
And we stop the game.